Hi. So on this stream, I'm going to import OBJ models. So that means the tutorials. Okay, let me start again. In this stream, I'll be importing OBJ models that have legs animations. They can hold items, have different poses, armor, and stuff like that. The current tutorials on my channel are a bit outdated, so this is kind of like to show how it's done. I'll be using the latest version of Blockbuster that I just published, which is 2.3.2. Okay, so first we need a model. For example, here I'll get some model on Sketchfab. So the first thing that came to my mind is that I'm going to, I just saw that in the search before. There is mouse Jerry model. So this seems like, I don't know, like a good model. And there's the nodes. There are not a lot of triangles and vertices. That means that it won't be too laggy because it doesn't have a lot of original format is OBJ. Yes, so I download that. Then I open it. Then here would be another archive, and here is all the files. So what I'm going to do is go back. So in order to place a model, I need to open first the folder with models, but in order to do that, I press 0, mods configuration, Blockbuster, then open models folder, and it will open the folder. Here I create a new folder, for example, Jerry. And I would just place straight, like here, just from drag and drop the files. So this moment has OBJ and MTL. Since there is only one texture, it doesn't seem like I need to do any extra work. So theoretically, I can remove the MTL file because there is only one texture. So like that. Then add skins folder and move the texture into the skins file. So if I'll go into creative morph menu, which is B key by default, B, here we'll see Jerry. That's exactly how he looks. Okay, so that didn't work out. So that's why I need to import it into Blender. So what I do is file, import OBJ, it opens here, then open here, and here is the model. So why it didn't work? Although it should have worked, probably. Maybe it's a name. I'll try to name the model OBJ. Nope, still that's same problem. Yeah, I'll try then. Well, first, wait, I need to. Okay, so first, what I'm going to do is scale down. Basically, these squares should mean one unit in Blender, which is exactly the same as one block in Minecraft. And it should be pointing at positive y, which I just going to rotate. There was 180 degrees. I'll pay attention to this. It shows which buttons I press and stuff like that. See? So now I'll try to re-export it. Jerry. So here I need to remove right materials because there's only one. And let's see if it worked. Yep, it worked. Now, I mean, it doesn't have any extra limbs. You just have the whole thing as a mesh. So what I'm going to do now is separate Jerry's limbs into separate things. So how it's done is basically I select in the edit mode here, from object to edit mode, I select Control 1. I select every, suppose I split every piece of the every limb in a separate meshes. So I press C to use a brush. I select it. I think called split edges, which now I should, you see it's separated. So I do the same thing on this side, edge split. This menu, I think it can be opened with file window. Should be space. Should be basically in edit preferences, keybinds, keymap. I don't know, like search maybe. Search menu, which is F3. F3 also can be used. So now I have 2 arms separated. Now I'm gonna do also legs. Well, the problem here a bit that legs, they are not perfectly the same, although the arms seem to be the same. So I think what I'll need to do is first I'm going to separate them and then I'm going to realign. So it should be something like this, and then this, and this, and this, and then this. Okay, edge split. Then doing similar on this side. Split. Then that should be separate leg, and this should be also a separate leg. So now what I'm gonna try to do is take this, to take this leg, and I'm going to rotate it a bit. So how am I going to do that is by selecting this edge loop. It's basically just like a loop, I suppose. Then I'm gonna move the cursor to select it, which should be the center of that. Then I'm going to select the entire leg. Then I'm going to deselect this part, and I'll just and then there should be somewhere that I could rotate it around the cursor. So what I'll do is I'll rotate like that, then move, which should align about the same place as the actual leg. Even maybe like this. And let me see whether like this. And now I should also do the same thing with this loop that I selected. What is that? I think this. And also, so how did it go? No, not printers. Solid. Maybe like that. Well, it's certainly not gonna be identical, but I tried. Okay. So now I have body separated, leg. The head is separated already. So I'm gonna to split it from the default mesh into separate objects. So to do that, I can press P and separate, or just separate here. Mesh separate, selection. Now it's separate limb. I do the same for this one and for individual legs. And I'll just select all the head pieces like that. Okay, so now, all right, I got it. So now I have the separate. Probably also would be a good idea to close the mouth, but that's okay. So now, 1 second. I'll read the comments. Well, hello, hello. I didn't think I'll see a video on the channel that is not mapped. Well, well, it's not a video, it's technically a stream. I have not fully understood the animated poses. Can you please make a video again or explain it? I'll explain it in another stream probably. So there's already a video wise stream because stream was, I mean, the video is kind of outdated. Okay, so now, so after that is done, I'm going to also repose the arms because, well, I mean, that's not gonna look very good. So I'll do the same technique that I did with legs. Actually, I need to select this, then move the cursor to pay attention to this because it shows what I'm doing. So I move the cursor, I select linked, I remove the selection where the loop is, and then I'll just maybe even like that. Maybe even here. No, it's even worse. So maybe here then. Cursor selected, all. Wow, that's even worse. I'll try like this. Then, wait. No, it's a bit difficult. The problem is that I want also to be mirrored like the other arm. Okay, so it's 65 degrees. It's fine. So I'll write it down. 65 degrees the first step. Then for this edge loop, I'm going. Nah, it doesn't look good. Also good. Wow, no. Maybe move. I'll also move instead of no. This. Maybe I'll move. Move by 1.06. And then I'll select this loop without select this thing. Maybe go back to bounding box. That looks terrible. I don't know, man. That still doesn't look perfect. I'll revert back to how it was. And there is no more undo. Great. So cursor, it was 65 degrees. Okay, let's give it another try. So maybe like that. No. Like this. Then like this. So again, this is like 85 degrees. Then I move by 1.9. I do it in a separate text editor. So now I'll take this loop and then rotate by 30 degrees. Then move by x by -0.13 and move a bit by 1.13 as well. Well, that looks a bit it's okay. It looks fine. He looks a bit more buff than he should. Okay, well, okay. That's fine. Okay, now I'll do the same thing here. So I invert. It was 85 degrees. Now from the cursor, 5, then by 9. Then I take this edge loop. It was 30 from the bound box, and then it was 0.4. Wait, that's not how it's supposed to. 1.13 like that, I think, and 1.14 this side. So this should be more or less okay. Oh my god, it looks terrible. So now what I'm going to do is rename every limb and also its data to whatever it is named. I mean, like that's head, that's body, and so on. So this is right arm relative to me. Actually, it should be like that. So it's left arm, then a right arm, then body is already a body, then that's left leg, because that's left arm, then that's right arm, wait, no, that's right leg, and this is also right leg. So I think now I can export it to OBJ, because I mean right now we also need to do the anchor points, but it's in a second. So now I have Jerry here. It has the same pose, and why it doesn't work? What? So basically now they are separate things. So what I'm going to do now is now edit. Wow, that's ugly. I gonna edit in the model editor the general model here. So first thing what I usually do is I enable smooth, because it makes it look smooth. So now every limb is smooth. Now, as you can see, if I'll change anything, nothing happens. So what I'm gonna do is adjust the animations. No, wait, before I'm gonna adjust animations. Actually, wait, I'm gonna adjust the animations first. So first, that's for looking, then as the right arm gonna have a right held item, which is over there. Then it's idle, then swiping, then invert, idle, swinging, also swinging, then swinging, I think invert on this side because there is no invert, and invert on this side and swinging. And that should be about it, and I'm gonna save. Now I'm gonna do the anchor points. So this is a new feature of Blockbuster 2.3.2. What it does is allows to set up an anchor point using like relative. As you can see, this is the anchor point to B. So what I'm gonna do is change it to 1.5, 1.5 there. As you can see now, it's at the minimum, and I'm gonna move it around over here. And now the anchor point is over here. Quite convenient. Then for the body, do the same thing. So 1.5, 1.5. Basically, this number 1.5 is the if you take, for example, this, and I think there is a there used to be a mode that shows the bounding boxes. No. My caps and material. The feedback phone. There used to be a mode in Blockbuster 2.79 that allowed you to view the bounding box. So if we see here, for example, let's say I have this as the head, right? So 1.5 on z-axis would be like in the middle of it. So that's how it works about it. As you can see, 1.5 because the most closer point on the z-axis is here, and the most longest basically. So what I need to do is just adjust it so it would look about like that. And then move it, I think, to 1, which is around where the head should be, which also should work fine. Okay, then yeah, it is glitched. And for an arm, I think 1.5, 5, no, 0.5, no, it's more, 1.72, and 1.5 here, or maybe even 0. No, maybe 1 and 1 and maybe less, like that. Maybe a bit like this. Okay, I'm going, what I usually do is I just copy paste this and I'll use it later. So, okay, now it looks fine. I do the same thing. It was 0.85, but since it's mirrored, no, come on. Okay, again. So 185, then it's 1 minus 85, it should be around 1.15. Then the y-axis is the same value and the z-axis is the same thing. So now it should be, that's about right. I mean, the anchor point is right, but you know, this wording. Oh, that is not right. Then I'll do, I also forgot here, left. The same thing. So 0.5, it's usually just the center on the x-axis. Probably I should do it a little bit less, maybe more. Then 1 and 5. Does it work for me? Probably not. So 1.6, 1.5, and 1. Well, that looks maybe a little bit down. Maybe it doesn't help much now. So I'll take a screenshot of that too. And I need that. So that's fine. It was, let me see what it was. It was, and here I'll do the same thing. 0.5, 82.6. Since it's just 1.5, I don't need to reflect it. So like 1 minus. I don't need to do that. And now, right. Now it looks more or less working. So this is how you set up anchor points with new version. However, there is one thing that you might notice is that if I hide all of these, there are, well, these spots, they like holes. So to do that, it's really simple to cover them. It's F to create faces, then then rip face. Come on, it's just, oh, it's called poke, and then I could do also in other places. So F, then poke, F and poke, F and poke. So now there are no holes. And then I'm gonna reveal all of these, and I'm going to change also here. I mean also poke side of here. It's not the best solution, but it's still better than holes, than having holes. Wait, I think I forgot to poke over here. Poke. So now all of these should have no those holes. So now if I re-export again, over here, make sure no material is checked. So now I need to reopen it. However, you might find, as you can see, here are shadows. So in order to remove those apparent shadows, what can be done is go back to that, then select faces, then it's like that, and there's a thing called edge split. What it does is separates the arm, those filled holes as a separate mesh, which is not exactly connected to the entire thing. So here edge split as well, edge split, here's split, then hide. Then I do the same thing with these holes. Apparently, I think I can just select all of them at once. And now, if I'll, you know what, this looks like, you know, those statues in a museum that doesn't have the entire thing, like, no. Ah, yes, museum. Anyways, I need to re-export. Here, export OBJ, and then again, you see now they are less apparent because of that split. And well, that is Jerry for you, but again, I'm not finished yet. The thing is also we need to use the hitbox size to change. So something like that. That should be fair enough. This is about the same as players. And also I'll remove these. I'll create a copy called sneaking, and I'll make a sneaking pose. So how I usually do sneaking poses is I rotate about 30, then I move down, then I move a bit forward, then I move legs where the, the leg hole is, or used to be at least. Then I copy that, move like this, I do that, maybe also rotate that way. So then I copy here, and also copy the angle. And then I also can move the head. So now I think I could morph into Jerry and have animations to be able to sneak, look around, and do that stuff. So the last thing remained is to fix that. So the items won't appear like that. So the way to fix that, the easiest one is just to take that and 5 and move just like that. That's the easiest way. It's 1.5, so this should be the other way around. It's basically 1 minus whatever it was. So then this, and now it's, well, maybe also move inside. And if I save, I take some block, take shield, and sword. And here is Jerry with wait, that stuff. Whoa. Now, however, if you want to put armor on, let's say, you see it won't appear. So what can be done in order to do that is to pick armor slot. It should be left arm, left shoulder, right shoulder, then that's right leg, right shoe, and left leg. So this is what happens when when I set up without any additional what's called configuration. So what's need to be done? You see this blue box. This is what is responsible for putting the armor on. So what needs to be done is basically, for example, I can change the size and then also move the anchor point. So now I have helmet properly here. Here I changed 12 and 4, should be fine. Then move it down. Maybe 6 and move it like that. So as you can see now, it covers the whole body. Probably 6 is too much, so just adjust to 5. Then the shoulders. Well, you see, that's why I said it's easy, because if you just need that, then whoops, then I wanna and then we'll have problems with the armor itself. So what can be done is probably 8, 10, and then moving back. I think maybe 12, which looks about, maybe if I would change a bit, or maybe not. That's fine. So 4, 12, 4, so 12, and then do the same anchor point. So the shoulders now look fine, the shoulder pads. Then the legs, probably, I would say 8 would be fine. And move down, and maybe, nah. So I'll just move closer a bit. Is there still space? No, on the back side. So what I'll just do is increase a bit the depth, and now it should fully go. So it was 8, 5, and then 1.3. Since just Z and Y, should be fine. Well, that doesn't seem correct. Again, it's the same. Anchor points. Well, anchor points are a bit different, so probably I need to adjust to that. Still not perfect. I can see. You can see there is a bit elevation. That's a bit too much. So 35. A bit too high and tall. Closer. A bit too high, a bit too tall, whatever. So there you go. Jerry with armor. He can walk, sneak, and stuff. And his arm doesn't fit too well. Maybe I could reduce a bit the armor here. 4. The backside is also. This is terrible. Yeah, but that's how that's fine. There's more space, maybe. Well, just 5. Okay, so this is basically the model. I don't know. Wow. I think I need to change. It was aperture C and just called zoom, I think. Oh wait, I don't have Optifine. So yeah, this is Jerry with all the stuff configured, and the also forgot another thing. Sneaking, the hitbox should be reduced a bit. And then, if I'll place this model, no, not this one, this one. And then I'll give it stuff, shield, armor again, nah. And this is the final product. I think let's see how much this stream. What does it say? 42 minutes, really? For that one model, 42 minutes? That took too much time. Let's see if I can find a more difficult model. So for Sketchfab, let me think. Do anyone has an idea of what models can I do? Wait, no, wait, yeah. So I already did SpongeBob. There was already basically I need a model that has materials in it. Oh, I have an idea. The moldable. Wow, loads. I think most of the details is coming from the displacement maps or whatever they're called. Try export neighbor model from hello neighbor. Well, let's see. I'll keep it here. Hello neighbor. Hmm. 8,000. Why there's so much? Let's see if this model has. Oh, it even comes with blend formats. I want to see if this model has multiple materials. Yeah, that seems to be perfect. I think, maybe. So what I'm going to do, I'll do something quicker, I hope. Neighbor. That's how it's spelled. So I'll move here just in case. So this, why there's some, is there some kind of modifiers? No. Armature. Okay, well, since this one has, since this has armature, I could easily just position the way I want for export. Oh, there's a lot of stuff going around. Okay, so that doesn't matter. What's wrong with eyes though? Okay. Weird. Think. Join areas like this. Then I'm going to check in UV editor. Here is the model, but okay, so this exact blend model doesn't have any, and also quite big, I think. So what I'm going to do is basically downscale the model. Actually, it's already 2 blocks tall, I think. Or maybe not. Actually, yeah, probably not. Should be 2 of these blocks. And look also on that side. So what I'm going to do is to export it as OBJ. Right into this folder. With materials. Let's see. And there are no, the textures are not attached. Great. So at least in this part there are textures. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna import this one into here. Should be wavefronts, neighbor, and this J. And it's still big for some reason. Why? Wow. So I'll need to scale it again. Actually, I need to look at this way. So like this. Since these parts are already exported as separate things, I don't have to deal. Though this body here, it's gonna be a bit challenging. So I'll select here. I'll spread here. These are also should be separated from the body. Then problem is here that Eils has a bit of the shirt. I mean of the shoulder thing. Or I mean body. So this is a head, and can join together. And separate also feet. So what I'm doing here is gonna remove doubles. Wow, that sucks. I don't remember how it's called. A duplicate. Duplicate copy, move down, remove part. Let me look up. Blender 2.0, 2.8, remove doubles. Okay, it's called merge by distance. That's how they rename it. Well, it didn't help. Okay, then I'll do it manually. So I do the same trick that I did. What's that? I activated something and I don't know what and why it's still working. Great. I think I discovered the bug. So like that, then that should be split. Let's split everything. Then also here, entire leg, edge split. So select. I forgot to enable here. Here. So split or F3. So I'm going to separate this one and also separate this one. So now I also need to separate this from sleeves and join this, and this together into one thing. This is gonna be body. Then this, wow, there's also that, something inside of here. I don't think I need that. Let me see if that affects. Nope, doesn't seem like a problem. So this is head. And no, that's not body. It's head. Head here and head. The reason why I changed the name in both places because that's gonna affect how it would look after I export it. It'd be a bit more confusing. This and that. I join this one too. From the back, it is right leg. This is left leg. So now what I need to do is to somehow maybe somehow take out basically what is that, this part, as you can see, from the sleeve itself that is not part of the body. 1 meter. It's fine. So let me try. Maybe it's one of those tools, no? Ah, yes. Things like that. So is that an inner part? It's just part of the sleeve. Wireframe. This can be done with mouse whale. Okay. So there's more than that. No, then not this one. Hmm. Wait. These should be connected, and then maybe these two. Oh, this is weird. Yeah. So this is like the hardest part, I suppose, of the whole procedure. So now what I'm going to do and try. What if I inverse it? Actually, probably would be easier if I would just follow this thing instead of selecting everything. Because I need to do an edge split. Damn. I think that is a whole loop. Yes, so this one. So wait, I need to edge split. Now I can bring this and this part, two of these, back by 1 meter, and do the same thing over here by 1.5. So edge split, then select the whole thing, move it by 0.5 meter, and now I can select this, then separate, select this, now the other one, then separate. So what I have now, I can join these parts together and join the arms. Now I should have head, leg, and then this is right arm. This is left arm. So that should be in blend at least. So let me try. model.obj. In this case, because we have multiple textures, I need dry materials. So here neighbor, what I'm going to do is add skins folder and just another folder where I'm gonna move just those files. Could be named anything. So there's also this one. Yes, now I can set up materials. This can be done by just adding map.kt or something like that to all of these materials that have texture for. I'm not sure about skin with this one. What is that even? Material does. Materials can be looked up here. So here, select. So those are eyes only. Weird. Okay. So if those are eyes, I think it would be a good idea to make those purely white. They don't look white. What if I'll do them black? For some reason it doesn't change. Maybe in render. Nope. Not even in render. Okay, I'll just do it like that, and then I'll also create a new material. Just eyes, black, then sign. A bit creepy, but at least something. Also probably should rename those ones to, wait, this is pupils, then other eyes. So I'll export again, reload, some eyes, then the only ones that have texture are hair, pants, skin, and sweater. The other one don't have it. So that should be it. And then in skins folder, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna name exactly how it name. RGFA, pants, shirt, div, then this one, because we're only creating skins folder for materials that have map.kt that I just added. Skin, div, and I'll just copy this and rename it. So now I can move these skins over here. The thing is, they must be named default. Think pants shirt, default. Now this is neighbor, and if I import, then it would look fine. I mean, at least the textures look fine because I configured it prior. Neighbor. So again, I do the same thing. Select every and turn smooth on. Then left arm is so swinging, idle, swiping, then left, swinging, idle, invert, swinging, invert, swinging, then looking, well, now I need to stop again anchors. There's a big difference between stop anchor. This one is just changing the anchor of, let's say I change like that and it doesn't move the pose as well. But this one does. So 1, maybe 1.9. This is about fine. 0.5, 9, 0.5. It should be fine. And probably something similar with both 0.5, 0.9, 9, 0.4, maybe. So 5, 9, 7. Actually, maybe it's 6. Or it's not really clear to see. Maybe 5, 5. Yeah. 0.5, 0.9. So now, oh, and also the head. 5, 0.5. Well, also it lags a bit because there's some certain amount of geometry. And 4, because if there is 1.6, it must be mirrored, so which is basically, check it out, calculator. So 1, so if I have 4.6, I get 1 minus 1.6 and it would be 1.4 because it needs to be flipped. And then I don't know, these all be changed to about 1.4 maybe, 1.85, maybe more, and here I have, oh, I mean, I also need a sneaking pose. Oh yes, I forgot to do that. 1.5, 1.5, maybe 1.9. Yes, I can do like this, actually, I think. Yeah. So, and sneak and pose, yes, right. Round 30. Then I'm gonna bring it a bit down. Gonna move up. Gonna change it as well. Into Tony. And this, then stop looking. And change the bounding box. So yeah, here is the model. It can look around, sneak, and stuff like that. So I think I demonstrated here all the needed tools and the whole operation how to do that. So now I'm going to read the comments, chat, and then I think that should be it. See. So to use Blockbuster, it's 2 GB of RAM is enough. Do you just use or have to know about that more basic template? I mean, you can do without Blender, but if you would watch the beginning of the stream, then, well, it didn't turn out very well. Well, I'll be probably posting. I mean, there's still holes in this one. Probably. Oh, also, yeah, that is a thing as well. I think with Jerry. That looks pretty funny. Yeah. So I'll be posting these on my Discord server. I'll also link to the original models that were used. So yeah, I suppose there are any questions. Oh, there is one. Well, I don't see any relevant comments or questions. So that's about it.